Hey, Shalom. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Honors your brothers to be pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So I'm going to do this quick video here. Praise unto Yahweh Shemi Ashai. It's lucky. So I'm going to do this quick video right here regarding nuclear World War III and pretty much how the United States is ramping up the ante. Okay. So let's read this, and I'll quote certain things, and hopefully it's going to be of edification. So it says the title is, for the first time in 26 years, U.S. to put nuclear bombers on 24-hour alert. Okay. So it says the unexpected decision by President Trump to amend an emergency September 11 order signed by George W. Bush, allowing Air Force to recall 1,000 retired Air Force pilots to address what the Pentagon has described as an acute shortage of pilots, caught us by surprise. After all, this was the first time we have heard of this particular labor shortage. Perhaps there was more to this executive order than meets the eye. Indeed, a just released report may help explain the reasonings behind the presidential decision. Okay, and they're going to get into it now. So it says, according to the Defense One, the U.S. Air Force is preparing to put nuclear alarm bombers back on 24 hours ready. Okay, ready alert. A status not been seen since the Cold War ended in 1991. And before I carry on, if you allow me to go into this short soliloquy regarding the Cold War, what you're seeing right now is the resurgence. I wouldn't even say the resurgence. I would say the continuation of the Cold War. Okay, because if you have been keeping your eye on the ball, then what you would have realized is the Cold War really pretty much never ended. And now it can be fully seen that the Cold War never really ended. Okay, it turned into proxy wars. Okay, it turned into what you know as trade wars. Okay, it turned into various different facets within our day-to-day life. Okay, even on the Olympics, you see the Cold War being played out. Okay, but the thing about the Cold War is, they say that the Cold War never turned into a hot war and stopped at this point, whatever, right? But see, that's all how the Lord wanted it to play out. Okay, you was gonna have the rising of America, okay, being the dominant force upon the planet, okay, playing proxy wars against the Russians for a period of time, until the Most High put the hooks within the Russian jaws to drag them out into that all-out World War III. Okay, which, as we have said here at Great Millstone, we're already in the World War III. Okay, you take the situation out there within Syria, for instance. You've got multitudes and multitudes of various individuals, okay, from different walks of lives and backgrounds, that being Syrians, Russians, Americans, okay, Turks, okay, Saudi Arabians, all up in that mesh, that mush of territorial dispute within the land of Syria. That's all out World War III. Now, what's not been declared is that, look, this country's coming up against this country for this and that reason. That's not what's been established. But when you look at the histories of wars, these proximity wars that you're seeing playing out here, and this army back in the supporting this president and this, that, and the third, that's all things that's been seen within the history before. Okay, that's all things that's been seen and played out within the history. And as you know from the scriptures, there's nothing new underneath the sun. Okay, so you're seeing the resurgence of these proxy wars, but you're seeing it, manifest itself into something that's really of a biblical scale. Okay, and when I say biblical, I'm talking about the war that's going to be played out here is the war that's spoken about within the scriptures. Okay, it's because it's been spoken about within the scriptures. These are biblical times, and this is the time of the end that the Bible speaks about. Okay, and we are seeing when you're seeing Trump, okay, putting these air armed bombers, okay, nuclear armed bombers. We're not talking about having the Apache helicopters at the ready. We're not talking about having the Air Force ready, right, with their mobile country, okay, because that's all that is. That the aircraft carriers are mobile countries that they can deploy at any spot upon the face of the earth and just bomb whoever they want to bomb, man. I mean, really, when you think about it, it's ridiculous. Okay, they've got a moving country that they place within the sea, and whatever they feel is a threat, they move that little city over to it and bomb the hell out of them. Okay, but apparently, the rest of the world are all terrorists. Okay, we're going back onto the point. We're not talking about having the Navy on which as alert. We're talking about nuclear armed bombers at the ready. Okay, we're talking about nuclear armed bombers at the ready. Okay, this is nuclear war we're talking about, and as the history serves, it's only been America that's really dropped a nuclear bomb out there. Okay, on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and now you're seeing that resurgence of that same spirit coming back now. Okay, that whole old let's destroy the whole entirety of the earth and start afresh mentality. Okay, so let's carry on with this. It says that means that the long dormant concrete pads of the ends of the Barksdale Air Force Base, right, 1,000-foot runway, dubbed the Christmas tree for the triangular markings, all right, could once again find several B-52s, right, parked on them, laden with nuclear weapons, set to take off at a moment's notice. Okay, and that's a message to the rest of the world out there. Okay, you look, while you lot are doing your bilateral trades out there, Russia and China, okay, we're ready to take it down. Okay, so you're seeing this thing being ramped up. Okay, which is a beautiful thing. Okay, that means to say the day of the Lord is coming closer and closer and closer. This is a big piece of news. Yeah, that's a massive piece of news, man. Okay, we're not talking about, like I said, we're not talking about having the army at the ready or the army at the moment's notice. We're talking about B-52 bombers, nuclear bombers, armed and ready to deploy, right, wherever they need to be deployed within the world. That's the times we're living in right now. Okay, and this is yet one more step in ensuring that we're prepared. And this was pronounced by General David Goldfein, the Air Force Chief of Staff, right, told the publication in an interview during the 6-day tour, right, of the Blackstell and the U.S. Air Force bases that support the nuclear mission. Right, I look at it as more as planning for a specific event. I'll look at it as not as planning for a specific event, but more for the reality of the global situation we find ourselves in and how we ensure we are prepared going forward. And what's this global situation that they find themselves in? Russia amping up, okay, China amping up. You got the economic shift to the east, okay, and these are all things that are a threat to the American hegemony, the American Edomite hegemony upon the world. Okay, right? They've been the big dogs for the last whatever how many years. Now you got now you got a new big dog. Now you got a new big boss. Okay, new big wigs. Okay, on the scene, and that must be stopped. And as you've seen from the economic history, okay, you've seen that happen to where these so-called proxy wars, okay, these trade wars, well, they lead into hot wars, okay, and that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing these hot wars being prepared, and at the same time, you got Russia out there with China, okay, doing joint military ventures within the seas next to them, because they're getting ready. Okay, so hopefully that was of edification. Hopefully that was rouse your spirit up to see the times that we're living in. Okay, I'm gonna say all praise unto Yahweh Shemi Al Shai. Okay, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Honor to your brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Allah's will. I'll see you in the next one. Shalom.